Check. Are we good now? All good? Sounds good? Back to normal? All right, cool, cool. Sorry about that. I don't know what was going on there. That's my fault. Kind of a weird situation there. I guess it updated and it like threw all my shit off whack. So now we're good. What was I saying before? What's up, Kevin? How you been? What's some good news, Fernando? We don't really have the best news right now. Typically, simply more or less because of the Deshaun Watson situation is what I was just talking about a little bit. That seems to be pretty bad news, especially since like the Browns are a big time playoff team. They're 6-3. They're sitting pretty good in the AFC wild card. Now they're having to turn to Dorian Thompson Robinson, maybe PJ Walker. Who knows what else they'll do. I wonder if they're gonna. I don't know. That's a rough situation. Put up 13 after switching their play call, and now they're gonna go right back to Frank Reich. Yeah, I don't know why they would have even asked. I guess there's no harm in like asking someone if they'd become the head coach, I guess, but it's also like, did you think he was really interested in going? DTR. Yeah, I think that's his nickname. Dorian Thompson Robinson. Dorian's a cool first name, I guess. I don't know though. Does it really ever beat the nickname of Groper Cleveland? You know what I mean? It's like, regardless of how you feel about Deshaun, that is an objectively hilarious nickname. And I don't know if I think it's hard to beat. Dorian's pretty cool too, but like, you know. Yeah, I guess it's never a bad thing for like people to ask and see where people's heads are, but it's like it's pretty clear Dan Campbell doesn't want to leave Detroit. It feels like you're barking up the wrong tree when you try to get that guy. I feel like he doesn't want to leave till he maybe gets fired or wins the Super Bowl. And if he wins the Super Bowl, that dude ain't never leaving Detroit. They'll just lifetime contract that man. They'll be like, listen, we'll just make Dan Campbell so fucking rich he won't want to leave. By the way, if you haven't dropped a like, consider doing so. Just a little reminder to help the stream out, get it going a little bit. If you can, if not, it is what it is. I know Joe Biden's economy is tough and leaving likes costs 30 cents now, and it used to be free to leave likes. Inflation's a bitch. What's up, Kenny? When's your radio show? What day of the week is that? What are you doing on that, by the way? I haven't asked. Browns would have locked up a playoff spot in any other division besides the NFC East, and maybe the other yesterday. How'd it go? Was it a good time? Of course, I was probably working during it, but you know, life is life. But yeah, I have some problems, but I think you had some problems, but you think it went well. Hey, it's your first time doing it, so I'm sure live streaming in the past made it a lot easier to do radio, though. Yeah, we can talk about all that stuff in a minute. I'd rather talk about the Deshaun Watson situation. So, as we all probably heard by now, Deshaun Watson's out for a little while. He broke his right shoulder. He fractured it, but might as well just call it a break. And this is also coming on the heels of him now having a high ankle sprain. Because his initial injury, I think, when he went out in that game was because he had a high ankle sprain. And then he came back, got hit again, broke his shoulder, and then finished the game out pretty much going perfect in the second half. You played the Beatles. Oh, you were just playing some music? Nice. I would have started talking about the fraud Peyton Manning. You can't ever get me out. I'd have gotten that radio station sued like a motherfucker. Guaranteed contract. He got hurt so much, dude. Yeah, it's like he suffered a high ankle sprain. He broke his shoulder, and then they went and sought out like several medical opinions because Deshaun really just didn't want to like have his season end because of shoulder injury. It's like, well, can I possibly still play? And they're like, no, Deshaun, if you play, it's gonna destroy your shoulder. That'll be the end of your career. Like if Deshaun played any other position, they'd let him continue the season out with some precaution. But like you can't, like it would honestly, if he gets hit again, it destroys the shoulder, and you can't do that with being quarterback. I would say Watson redeemed himself a little bit in the eyes of Browns fans and in my eyes. And I also wonder how much more severe was that initial shoulder injury, to where he took one shot and it broke his shoulder. Yeah, well, they want the narrative of Deshaun being like a wuss to be true. It's like, when has he ever been a wuss? Where did this come from? It's like, nah, I'm pretty sure he's just hurt. It's really hard to play with a broken shoulder. The fact that he still wants to is pretty admirable. Everyone's like, yeah, but he's like, you know, he's getting the surgery to end his season because he broke his shoulder. If it was me out there, I'd just play with a broken shoulder. Cool, dude. Like, good for you, I guess. Yeah, yeah. If you were out there on the construction crew with your broken shoulder, you know, they'd miss you out there real bad. It's just a little silly thing that I just don't get it. Yeah, back in my day, dude, I played with a broken neck, a broken back. My dick was broke. I had a broken, two broken ass cheeks, a fucking broken foot, and I was out there fucking playing kicker, quarterback, safety, linebacker, all at once. I was also playing center. I was snapping myself the football. That's just how we played back in the day. I was in a full body cast. My brother played in the iron lung because he had polio. They wheeled his big ass out there and he played running back. It's like, I feel like you're lying to me. Nah, that was just football back in the day. We was way tougher. It's like when fuckers lie about hockey. Dude, have you guys ever heard the way hockey fans describe the way that game goes? They're like, dude, you should have seen Gerald Nabritsnikov. Dude, he got his neck. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that one. Fuck. He got his leg broken in 16 spots. He had two vertebrae severed, clean off, the ones that give you mobility in your whole body. So he's basically paralyzed. He broke every bone in his jaw, and he came back in the second period, had a hat trick. It's like, you're a liar. That did not happen. Fuck you. I'll believe maybe somebody got some stitches and came back. Yeah, sure. All right, somebody broke their hand and came back. Yeah, that happens all the time. Okay, I believe that. But like, these hockey fans try to sell me on some fucking wild injuries. This dude's whole fucking head exploded. I don't know what hockey jokes I can make right now. Because that one dude just got arrested, who cut that guy's neck open on the ice. So I'm like, I can't really make that joke. Again, hockey players are tough, but the way their fans describe it, it sounds like these guys sustain war injuries and come back out there. It's like, no, they break their hand. Yeah, I paused on the drink part. I had to go, whoa. As soon as I said that, I was like, pause. Hold on a minute. Football. Think football. I got hit in the chest, so I died. Oh. It's like, whoops-a-daisy. It's just crazy the way people think sports are. Especially hockey fans. They're wild about the way they view their sport. Again, it's a pretty radically like violent game, sure. But like, football is just as violent. I think more violent. I know hockey players probably hide the CTE, but like, football is pretty much, you get it. You know what I mean? These dudes kill themselves. Like, there isn't like this weird rush of hockey players that like kill themselves after their career, like there is in football. And a lot of that shit's like CTE, and like wrestling is very dangerous. Obviously, those guys are really bad about. I don't know. Yeah, by the Cardinals. Yeah, Michael, he went to the Cardinals. Jack Jones went to the Raiders. Yep. People will go places. I was surprised you know what that means? Michael Carter got claimed by the very first team. The Cardinals went, yeah, we'll take him. He made it to team 1 on waivers. That's how I don't understand why the Jets let Michael Carter go. It's like, what, you couldn't make something work with that guy? What's up, 49ers? I'm good, man. How you doing? That's a little shocking that they couldn't figure out something with Michael Carter. It's like, really? I'd have gotten rid of fucking Dalvin Cook before I got rid of Michael Carter. But hey, I guess, I don't know. That's the Jets for you. Hey, we have 4 likes on the stream. If you guys haven't done so, make sure you drop some likes. Maybe it can get some more people in here. But again, I get it. Yeah, we got a pretty good one tomorrow night. Bengals, Ravens. I've seen some injury reports for that game. I think Trey Hendrickson is expected to play. Oh, dude, I just seen it. This might have it. No, maybe not. T. Higgins is out. Staley's out. Okay. Marlon's probably not going to play. Probably shouldn't. All right. I think that's about as recent as it can be. I wonder when they updated this. Cool. They got the running backs. It's very hard to run a 3 running back offense with all 3 getting consistent carries. Cook will beg for the ball, but will. The Lions could use a 3-back system and not even flinch. It's more about coaching and how you build your team. Again, if you go for flashy players that want a lot of carries, it's going to be a big time problem. I don't know. You can do a 3 running back room. I just think you have to have a better coach than Robert Saleh. Again, for all his strengths and everything that he does seem to have as a young head coach, his weird commitment to Zach Wilson, I'd fire him. I bet, all right, dude, you just ruined our goddamn season because you wouldn't sign Carson Wentz. We would have won we'd have 6-7 wins with Carson out there. Almost every one of them games that the Jets have played in, they should have won. It's just dude, nah, you lost all those games because of your decision to stick with Zach Wilson. I'd fire him. You can't do that. You can't be like that. Dude, if I was one of the players on the team, I'd be like, Coach, what are you doing? Can we get a real quarterback? The fuck are we, what is this? We mutinied last year over this. Yeah, I'd fire both of them. I got the Broncos as of right now. I guess if something happens, I could be swayed, but I think the Josh Dobbs thing comes to a close this week, and he has a trajectory. He kind of goes for 2 or 3 games, and then he fizzles out. It's like a track record with him. That's why he's been on 10 teams. Maybe he turned it around, but I kind of doubt it. Between getting traded. Again, it's fun to watch Dobbs play better, but again, we got to see him do it for 3 or 4 games instead of 2 flash games, and then, oh, he's back down to Josh Dobbs. Again, very likable guy. I'm rooting for him, but, I also don't want the Vikings to win, so I'm rooting for the Broncos. Yeah, against the Giants. Yeah. I think the Giants have a game-winning drive. The Jets have a game-winning drive against the Eagles. Yeah, Fields is back. I don't know if I'm letting anybody switch their Browns-Steelers pick. I think if you pick the Browns, you're locked in. And that's only fair. It's like, what? Dude, fuck you. Well, I knew Watson was going to be out. I personally knew that. So, I knew he broke his shoulder. So I'm kind of thinking you guys should have too. No, I don't care. You guys can do whatever you want. I don't give a shit about switch picks. As long as it's not like after 12 p.m. on a Sunday, I really don't care. Because then it's like once you see all the final injury reports and you want to make your picks, that's fine. Because you never know, someone might warm up and then decide they're not going to play that game, and then it's like, oh fuck, well, I would change my bets right now if I could. So yeah, I'm a little worried for the Lions about Fields. They don't really play scramblers too well. But again, I think part of the problem for the Bears isn't the fact that Fields is a scrambler or that he plays bad. I think they're just fundamentally a bad football team. 49ers Seahawks Thanksgiving. That's going to be pretty good. You guys should be able to beat the Seahawks. I know Pete Carroll gives you guys fits, but yeah, Chicago's defense is kind of dog shit. They don't really have a run game. Well, actually, they can run the ball pretty good, but one thing Detroit actually can do is smother run games. They're really good at stopping the run, just not so much the pass. But the one thing the Lions don't have to worry about, Chicago has 2 wide receivers. Everybody else sucks. It can be covered by linebackers and shit. So the Lions do get a break on that one. Who do they play on Thanksgiving this year? Because the Lions then turn around and play Thursday. I can't remember who they're... Is it Dallas at home? Packers? Oh, sorry, Kenny. Oh, no. It's in Detroit, too. Oh, fuck. They're going to beat the fuck out of you guys. Do you know what revenge feels like, Kenny? Do you know how many Thanksgiving days the Packers have ruined for the Lions and their fans? Oh, a whole bunch, Kenny. You guys get to feel what it's like to have fucking 30, 40 points scored on you on Thanksgiving. Hope you're ready for it. He's like, yeah, I hope we lose. We got to remember, we're doing draft pick stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot Packers fans are on the draft now. At this point, they're like, listen, if we can get our hands into this draft, it would be more prudent for us to lose this game. Go ahead and win. Make our day. It's like, okay, we'll do that. We'll get to 10 wins. You know, isn't that the craziest thing about the Lions? If they win their next 2 games against the Bears and the Packers, they are 9-2. So by this time next week, we could be staring down a very crazy Lions record. Well, we're not going to watch the middle game. I don't really care for Washington and Dallas. That sounds boring. We'll do 2 of those, though. Pretty good. You want 500 what? Yeah, and then we got fucking screwed, dude. That was a terrible turn of events for the Patriots, though. What is this? Uh-oh. Why is it buffering? Much of my playback. Oh, you want 500 subscribers? Oh, you get there. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty good holiday games this year. It just stinks that one of the games has to be the fucking Commanders. It's like, ugh. No one can be flexed around those games. I don't think anyway. I think those are like hard set schedule games. I think those are. I don't even think those count as like prime time scheduling. It's just like those are the games that are scheduled in the hardline schedule for the season. Like those are just where your team is playing that week. It's like a luck of the draw for that. I think everybody would prefer to play Christmas Eve because it's Sunday. Everyone's like, yeah, dude, we could just play Christmas Eve, go home, have a normal ass holiday. No, the Patriots can 100%. Unless we have our next primetime very soon. Are the Patriots Giants in primetime? Black Friday? What time is the game? I work till 2. $3:30? Oh, I'll be good then. Yeah, I'll be on. Yeah. I'll be straight up out of work by then. That's the Giants and the Jets. Right? Or Dolphins Jets. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, that'll be fun. We'll do that game. It's at 3. Yeah, I'm out of work by like 2:30, so we should be good. Yeah, we'll cover that. But yeah. I like to cover games like that, like those weird, like, unique games. I hope we get to see another Toy Story game. I will say Disney kind of owned Nickelodeon's bitch ass on the cool ways of broadcasting games for kids. That shit went so crazy. I was like, damn, I really like this like augmented reality football. Disney really outdid themselves on that. That was pretty cool. You know, Nickelodeon's pissed. They're like, damn, we was just shooting off slime cannons and showing the real game. Fuck. All right, I guess we could put them in SpongeBob World or something. Now I'm wondering what Nickelodeon can do. I'm like, all right, Nickelodeon, balls in your court. Make it a SpongeBob game. Could do all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know. What's up, Amir? Did you guys wind up winning? I know you guys had the steady lead. Oh, you guys won on a walk-off? Hell yeah, that's a great way to win. That's even better than having a blowout. What was my favorite Nickelodeon show? Hold on a minute. I'm trying to remember which ones were Nickelodeon, which one was Cartoon Network. Because I think Ed and Eddie was my favorite general cartoon. I also really like Dragon Ball Z, but that was Cartoon Network. Fuck, man. I'm trying to think, like, Nickelodeon was a little bit, like, more kid-like for when I was... I don't really like Nickelodeon, I guess. Was Cat Dog? No, Courage wasn't on that. Was Cat Dog on Nickelodeon? I think if Cat Dog was on Nickelodeon, I guess I'll say Cat Dog. I wasn't really a Nickelodeon dude. I was a big fan of Cartoon Network. 96, 94, that's a big one. Yeah, I guess then Cat Dog and Rocket Power. Those two shows were pretty good. But I liked all the shows on Cartoon Network way more. I was like, these shows rule. And then the Adult Swim comes on. That shit ruled even harder. Yeah, at least you guys at least you got in. Pats can't get flexed in 3 weeks versus the Steelers on Thursday, Monday. You can get flexed. It has to be 2 weeks. Oh yeah, it needs to be 4. That's true. Yeah, I was gonna say they can flex it in the next week, which they might. No, I was older when that came out. So I am wondering though, are the Browns screwed? I don't think so. And it's also a little weird how people are trying to say this like proves Deshaun Watson soft. I'm like, I don't understand how that does. Why? Because he broke his shoulder and has a high ankle sprain and he played. I remember when Mac Jones got a high ankle sprain, my man got carried out and looked like he had his fucking leg blown off. You remember the face this dude was making? Do you remember how Trent Williams, they had to like cover him up and shit with towels because he was screaming in agony about his fucking high ankle sprain as they carted his big ass off the field? Meanwhile, we got Groper Cleveland out here fucking going 14 of 14, playing his best football in 5 years. Looking like the old Deshaun Watson. Yeah, they're very painful. I'm trying to point out that Deshaun Watson, of all people, just fucking played through it like it just, oh well, fuck it. He must have been on that Aaron Rodgers cocktail, that whatever like combination of perk 30s and tortoisol or whatever the fuck they give you. Whatever that combo was, it was the Aaron Rodgers cocktail that turns you into a fucking monster when you start playing football. Because my God, was Deshaun Watson good when they doped his ass up. Because there's no way he wasn't playing gone. You know what I mean? Because it's like, how? I don't make loud noises when I get hurt. I just go, uh-oh. Every time I've ever been seriously injured, I go, uh-oh. Everyone's like, what's the matter? I'm like, I'm sincerely hurt right now. And then I start kind of laughing because I have a weird laugh response when I get hurt. It's the worst shit in the world, dude. I'm not kidding. It's like every time I'm like, oh, uh-oh. And you can see I think something crossed and I have one of the weirdest pain responses. Terrible. No one ever believes me. Yeah, Dexter's Laboratory, Scooby-Doo, Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, dude. All them shits were so good. Can't really think of a bad Cartoon Network show. They was all pretty solid. Total Drama. I was a little older when that came out. By the time I was 12, 12 or 13, I stopped watching anything except Family Guy, South Park, and sports. And that's pretty much what I watch now. I pretty much was like, this is what I like. When I was 13, I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to like anything different. And I was right. I was pretty good. Dude, I pretty much knew who I was when I was a very young kid. I think I'm not surprised Michael Carter got signed. It's a very good signing for the Cardinals. I'm really surprised the way the fucking Jets just didn't use him. It's just hilarious that he went to the first team in the waivers. That's how good he is. Think about this. Because he hit with the waivers, which means it went, all right, he's going to go to the first team, the Cardinals, and he's gone. That's how good he is. You know, the Jets are like, oh, son of a bitch, we should have tried to trade him. That's what I'm mainly confused. Why didn't they try? Like, they could have called around and seen if anybody wanted him for like a 6th or a 7th. It happens. Fucking injuries are painful. Some people just respond differently. What's up, Space? You need to make your picks? Yeah, you got time. My favorite Scooby-Doo character? Usually it's the bad guys because they're hilarious. By the way, if you guys haven't dropped a like, consider doing so. Help the stream out, eh? Maybe we'll be at like 8 likes, or 6 or 7 likes. I don't know. We're getting up there. I always like the bad guys because they just made the show more entertaining. Yeah, but it's good for the Cardinals, man. They just got a running back for basically nothing. Yeah, that's a great pickup, dude. I'm like, oh, damn it. I was kind of hoping he'd actually fall through the waiver wire, but, you know, there was no shot that was going to happen, apparently. You like Scrappy-Doo? Yeah, Scrappy was a cool little fella. Hilarious idea. Oh, we only have 5 likes. That means no one's liking the stream up. Well, you guys could leave likes. That'd be pretty cool. I know it's not the cool thing to do to help people out with likes, but it'd be helpful. It'd get some people in here, but you know, it's weird that I still gotta ask. Where if you play on the West Coast, you don't play till 10, but NFL, yeah. Well, I mean, NFL, yeah, is kind of a weird system. What's up, Daniel? Yeah, it sucks for Watson, but such is life. Oh, still only 5 likes. Damn, guys. You guys not liking the stream? What do you guys want to do then to get the likes going up? I guess I can ask what, like, because we had 5 when most of you guys came in, so that means most of you guys haven't done anything, which is pretty cool. I guess I'll go and support all your people's content. Fuck you all. Yeah, I'm just a little annoyed about some of the CJ Stroud stuff. It's a little wild. No, max out. He's being benched, I guess, or is he? I don't really know. It's part of when we get past this first part. I don't know. Packers can do whatever they want. I don't really know what their plan is. It would prove my point though if the Stroud lost to the Cardinals. Don't really mean anything, Fernando. We don't play any football this week. I think next week is more so when you'll see the importance of practice start to come into play. You picked the Cardinals. I picked the Texans pretty handily. Cardinals don't have a defense. I don't really know what they're expecting to do with their dog shit pass rush against a pretty good offensive line and a hot quarterback. They don't have the team to beat the Texans. I don't understand. What's the reason? Just Kyler Murray? I don't think that's enough to singularly win a football game. The Falcons aren't very good. Just an upset. Okay. Nope. Raiders are gonna lose pretty bad. I could see Miami boat racing them. The problem with that Miami, they beat teams like the Raiders pretty handily. But they don't, beat real teams. Again, it's just like the Raiders have the defense to stop them. I don't really think so. They have like the defensive front to kind of frustrate the Dolphins and make it like a hard, long game for them. But ultimately, they don't really have like the secondary. So when Miami starts going to that like quick passing shit, I don't really know if the Raiders can deal with that. I don't really care about division games. I think the Patriots can get eliminated this week, right? Or next week if they lose to the Giants. Lions could wind up being the first team to clinch their division. If they keep winning and then they play Minnesota and they haven't lost yet and Minnesota's lost like one more game, I think they could beat Minnesota and clinch the North with like 11 wins. Or what could be the Lions' magic number? It's like fucking 2 games right now. It's like if they win the next 2, get to 9-2, and then I think they play the Bears again. They go like 10-2, and then I think if they like beat Minnesota, and Minnesota's lost like 1 or 2 of those games, it's like they mathematically the Lions win the division because I think that would be Minnesota's like 6th loss, and the Lions 11th or 12th win. The Lions are like right there. If Minnesota loses like 2 more and Detroit wins like 3 more, it's like, oh, that's game. Lions win the division. No, because if the Patriots win out, they're 9-8. They're not out yet. But I think if the Patriots get to 9 losses, I'm pretty sure that's like mathematical elimination at that point. The Eagles. Or no, the Chiefs, sorry. Ravens will lose a couple more games because of the division. I don't really see who's going to beat Kansas unless like the Eagles do a couple. You know what I mean? Hold on 1 second. I think the issue is the Ravens seem like a more beatable team, so I'm guessing the Chiefs. Yeah, Detroit's basically done with hard games. They got to play one more versus Dallas, and Detroit might literally already just have the 2 seed locked away. They're just like, well, we have like 13 wins. Who gives a fuck what happens to Dallas? Yeah, NFC's Lions or Eagles. I'm guessing Eagles. But boy, wouldn't that be funny if Detroit was the 1 seed? I'd be like, damn, dude, that's crazy. The playoffs have to go through Detroit. That's like the worst place to have to go play if you're one of the like opposing teams. That's brutal. To me, that's the worst place to have to go play in a playoff. Hey, we're up to 8 likes. I appreciate it, guys. Good looking out. That to me is the worst place to have to go play. Yeah, of course. Fuck the Eagles. Why wouldn't I be? Wouldn't I gonna root for them against Detroit? Like, I hope the Eagles actually do better than the Lions. No, I want Detroit versus some random team, dude. That'd be so much better. I want who do I want it to be? Again, Detroit versus the Dolphins. Again, I want it to be Miami or Buffalo, like preferably. Kind of crazy that Colts can still be a wild card. Yeah, Gardner Minshew's playing really good. Yeah, Dallas looks really good. I'm not going to take anything away, but again, Cheeto, my only problem with your Cowboys is I think you guys are cursed. I know that's a pretty lack of analysis, but like I don't get the constant shortcomings of very good football teams that should have been in Super Bowls. Because again, talent-wise, you guys are literally one of the top 5 teams. It's like not even close. Like year to year to year to year to year to year to year. Like over the last 20 years, arguably, you guys are a top 10 team every single year, except like 4 years. I genuinely think something happened where when you guys fired Jimmy, you got 1 good year left, and then the whole thing was just like, well, enjoy hell. And I don't know when you guys get out of it. At some point, it has to go like back. Things have to start going good. I wonder if it's when Jerry stops being a part of the team. They're cursed. Go watch some of the way they lose games, dude. It's fucking crazy how they lose. They don't just lose games. Like, they don't go, oh, damn, we lost by like a 4-point thing. It's like they get blown out. They lose in crazy fucking dramatic fashion. Like, major controversy to the games. It's like, how are they losing these games? Losing games they have no business losing. A team they throat fucked by 45 in the regular season shows up and beats the hell out of them. It's like, well, that I get like making adjustments and playing better, but how the hell? What? It's playoff games. Dude, the Cowboys it's very specifically playoff games. Yeah, because the Cowboys will just be fine. Kick the shit out of the regular season, score like 30 a game, have the highest, and then they'll score like 7 points in a playoff game and lose on like fucking 3 field goals. It's like they're just 9-7. There goes the Cowboys. Yeah, the Des call, like a whole bunch of crazy shit, dude. People watching from Brazil, yeah, you'll have people watching from all over. I do believe the Cowboys are cursed. I think they'll probably get past it. Yeah, but he was also supposed to be fired after the Germany game. Remember that? Do you guys very specifically remember us looking at those tweets, talking about all of this, having a whole giant discussion about how they'll pivot the whole conversation to something new to cover up the fact that they were so wrong that he was getting fired after Germany? Do you remember my exact words? I told you I said that now they're going to pivot to him getting fired. Now it's just some general vague date in the future. He'll be fired and become the Chargers head coach. What an evolution. What a way to cover up the fact that they all said a fucking week ago that Belichick was going to be fired after the Germany game. Do we remember this? Do we very clearly fucking remember this happening? Or am I crazy? Am I like, did that not happen? I very remember for a very long portion of last week's stream talking about how the media was saying Bill's about to be fired after Germany. And I remember going, since when does the media have real sources about the Patriots? That's not real news. Breaking news, Rob was right again. Again, anything related to the Patriots, don't fucking listen to it. That's it. Oh yeah, by the way, the media said Mac Jones is now like the 4th-string quarterback. Do you know what the truth about that situation is? Mac Jones took all the starting reps today, except like a couple. Because guess what? The Patriots don't know who the starter is now. Like, that doesn't mean that Mac is the starter and that he's not been benched, but it does seem to indicate he's not the fucking 3rd-string quarterback right now. He's probably going to be the backup in any situation going into next week, if not the starter. Dean Spanos says, oh, the Chargers are in debt? Yeah, Bill's in a very expensive head coach. I think actions speak louder than words and media speculation. The Patriots, it's just annoying. I find the whole thing to be silly. Yeah, the Cowboys have a botch snap in the playoffs with Tony Romo. Dude, I'm telling you, the Cowboys don't lose normal playoff games. Go look at them. All their playoff losses are just like these dramatic, like, what the hell just happened? Like a very solid, like, snap holder, and Tony Romo just fumbles it for no particular reason, just fumbles it. Lynn, Staley and Lynn, yeah. I mean, it would make if he does step away, him going to the Chargers. You know what's funny? That's the first place I thought of, and you know what's funny? That's why the media, I know they're making it up, because the first thing I thought of, oh, they're gonna fire Belichick. He's probably gonna go to the Chargers. You know why they did that? Because that's very believable. That's where he'd go. So the people are like, that makes sense. He's gonna be the Chargers coach. I didn't even think of that, and it's like, guys, like, seriously? ESPN's just making shit up at this point. Dan Orlovsky literally was on Pat McAfee, and he was just like, well, I heard from some people that Bill already knew where he was going. It's like, who'd you hear it from? Can't say. It's like, yeah, you're a fucking liar. You have no one in that building that tells you anything, Dan Orlovsky. Who the fuck are you hearing it from? Heard it from my media buddy. Who's your media buddy? Ben Volin? Yeah, okay, cool. Fuck you. Tom Curran? Oh, wow, cool. What's he ever gotten right about the Patriots? Anything? One thing? No? Okay, move on then. I don't know. I don't really follow the Cowboys. Belichick is 72 years old in that video space. Of course, he's got old man, gross body. Yeah, they probably want to play Mac, but if like fucking Greer or Zappy or Cunningham have a great week of practice, they might go with him. Mac's going to be on a super short ass leash though. Is it normal for college students to? Yeah, a lot of kids do that, Kenny. Staley's still going to call plays on defense. He's threatening you guys. Damn. I don't know why he's starting to threaten the fans. I don't know. I mean, you could wash all your clothes if you want, Kenny. I don't know why you're saying is it normal? Nope, it's the weirdest thing in the world if you do that. You're actually put on an FBI watch list if you bring home your dirty laundry. One of my friends got his door kicked in by the ATF and his dog got shot when he brought home dirty laundry. Kellen Moore, the head coach. I mean, it could happen. No, Mac didn't panic on that. He's become part of Mac's problem is a mechanic issue that I've discovered. This dipshit is he's throwing fadeaways. I don't know why he's doing that. It's literally one of the worst things I've ever seen him start. It's yeah, it's bad. It's bad footwork. He's throwing fadeaways and shit, dude. It's his fault. He didn't panic on shit, dude. He's throwing fadeaways, and that's terrible. He needs to stop doing that immediately. Yeah, he's fading away. He's doing a fadeaway. I don't know why. I don't know where he picked that goddamn habit up, but he needs to just drop that shit. I know it's something that happens when the line is bad, because you're like trying to get away from the pass rush, right? But it's like, dude, you gotta step forward when you throw a ball. You don't have that arm strength to do that, McCorkle. You gotta stand and throw the football. Yeah, dude, that's bad. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that arm. Like, you have to be able to whip a goddamn ball to do that, and he doesn't have that. And he knows better because he's like a mechanically sound quarterback. So I'm really annoyed about that. And that's that's part of the problems I'm starting to have with Mac. His mechanics are starting to get bad, and he's starting to do dumb shit like Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson does that shit all the time, but he can get away with it a few times because he's got a fucking cannon. But he's so inaccurate when he throws because oftentimes when Zach Wilson throws, one or both of his feet are not on the ground. I'm telling you, if you don't believe me and you wonder why Zach Wilson can't throw it accurately, go look at his feet when he throws the football. One of his foot's in the air, his shoulders are wide open, but he's got such a cannon of an arm, it like kind of overrides it. Yeah, I don't know if Matt can clear that because that might be something the Patriots fucking messed up with the bad line. If you pick up some bad habits, it's hard to break them. It'd be cool to see the Lions beat the Cowboys. The 3-peat loss in 94 is bigger. Cowboys were better and lost because the coaches sucked. Yep. I wasn't that the first year after Jimmy left. Still crazy you guys fired Jimmy Johnson. I hope if the Patriots do decide to move on from Bill, Bill's also down to leave. So it's not like we have to get rid of Bill in any kind of dark way. Hey, we have 9 likes. We almost might hit double digits on this one, guys. That's pretty good. Pretty good. We're wearing throwbacks versus the Chargers. That's pretty cool. Throwing back to getting beat up. I don't know what's going to happen. Our defense is going to be in rough shape versus the Chargers. They might beat the hell right out of us. Get their revenge. But I also thought Indy was going to do that, and we could have won that game a million times. That's kind of a bummer. Yeah, I think you guys will finally be able to beat us there, Politics. Oh, what's up, Vent? Been a while since we lost to the Chargers, so I was gonna say I think it was in 08. I was gonna say it's been over a decade, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna feel pretty good to beat us finally. Yeah, there's a couple teams that are going to be getting their... You know what would be funny is if our last 2 wins of the year are the Jets and the Chargers. I'd be like, damn, that's fucking brutal. I feel bad for them fan bases. They're just never going to beat us. For an Cowboys wild card was embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, hey, shit happens in games. Don't really care too much about the Cowboys, though. You know what's funny? Everybody likes to talk about them, and it's like, they've never been good in my whole... Like, they've always been good, but it's like, they haven't done anything in my whole life. I don't give a fuck. I don't understand how 30-year-olds hate the Dallas Cowboys if they don't play in, like, the NFC West or East. Like, how do you care? Anyone 30 and younger, it's like, why do the Cowboys bother you? Like, there are some people who are, like, 21. They're like, I hate the Cowboys. All they do is win. Like, what kind of... It's not even real anymore. Yeah, Dak turned a couple corners this year. He stopped turning the ball over a ton. And he seems to be making good reads lately. I'm not really sure what's up. Dak's playing his best football this season, it appears. But again, he's always kind of had like a limited ceiling because, he's kind of a draft surprise, right? I don't really know what to call someone like where Dak got. What was it, like 3rd or 4th round? What if somebody's good from that round as a quarterback? Is that like a surprise? Because again, any other position, it's not that big a deal if somebody's like good from the 4th round. But like for quarterbacks, it feels like a super rarity that a guy picked in the 3rd round, or 4th round. Like, that's insane for what he became. It's like, yeah, his ceiling isn't going to be like super duper high, but like, you know, he's probably hit that. He's as good as he probably ever will be in the NFL. Which is really good. I mean, he's a great quarterback. Like, I think he's a great quarterback, but he's, you know, a lot of picks. In the past, anyway. I find ironic Chargers have more total yards than the Chiefs, but third in division. Yeah, that's. I was so close to being correct about the Chiefs this season. If their defense was like slightly worse, I would have nailed what the Kansas City Chiefs would be this year. I was right about their offense. I nailed that shit. That was impressive of me to nail their offense, but I didn't think their defense was as good as this. You remember my preseason prediction about Kansas City? I was like, they're going to struggle on offense almost every single game. They don't have a receiving core. Travis Kelce's getting old, can't do it all by himself. The run game is very mediocre. They have a pretty good line, but that's, you know, whatever. And Mahomes, we'll see if he can elevate. Fuck, man, but their defense was really, I didn't think their defense was that good. That got me by surprise. Everybody, dude, Kansas City fans didn't even argue with me about their defense. They're like, yeah, but we got Nick Bolton. And I was like, fuck Nick Bolton. And they're like, yeah, okay. Like, that was literally the response I got from Chiefs fans. They're like, yeah, I get it. And now then people could come back and be like, so what was that about? Fuck Nick Bolton? It's like, well, you guys have quite the good defense, huh? Congratulations, you actually don't suck at defense. They're responsible for 80% of your wins. I was pretty much right about the other part, though. You know what's funny? I'm a Mahomes whisperer. I'm very good at figuring out how the Chiefs offense is going to go, and I read Mahomes and that team well. So I don't think I've ever been off about my predictions on Mahomes. I've generally nailed everything about that. Except Super Bowl wins. That's whatever. That's just whatever. That's more of a team thing than a quarterback thing. Injuries are unfortunate, right? So I don't really like to say contracts are a bad situation. But boy, it being like a $60 million cap hit is really rough. It's not an ideal situation for the Browns. But Jimmy Haslam is very, very wealthy, so I don't think he really gives a fuck. So you know, that's whatever. I'm sure the Browns don't care. Financially anyway. The trade was bad. I think the trade's the worst situation, right? Because it's like they gave up how many first round picks? Well, I gotta like itch my nose off screen. Hold on. Like, you also have to consider like the Texans have basically like rebuilt their football team with that trade. No, I'd always pick the Steelers. Watch my video. I never changed. Always had Steelers. Always pick Pittsburgh. That was before I even knew Watson was hurt. And the Watson trade's been only bad because, again, we've seen what the Browns do with their pick, or the Texans have done with some of those picks already, and the Browns really haven't even gotten to use Deshaun. No. Yeah, especially now. Yeah, dude, the Steelers own the Browns. I'm sorry. If the Steelers have a heartbeat, they beat the Browns. So it's just that it's no offense to Browns fans or anything, but let's be really honest about that. I've been trying to protect their feelings, but I don't really care right now. You guys don't beat the fucking Steelers. Like, if both teams are healthy, 90% of the time the Steelers win that game. It's just like, yeah, whatever, cool. It's like the Patriots and the Jets. Sometimes shit just happens. There's just weirdness in a situation. Losing Watson, yeah, Watson screwed them. Crazy that you don't even follow the news before you make your picks then, Fernando. That should be a lesson to you. Steven, I almost made a rule that people can't switch their Pittsburgh Browns thing so people can just suffer without the ramifications of not picking the Steelers over the Browns. But like, listen, you should know magic happens when, what the fuck you doing picking that team to beat that team? No, I don't care. I'm not that mean. But if I had a way to lock it, I'd hard lock that pick for everybody. I'd be like, oh, sorry, you all picked the Browns. Now, if the Browns win, I'm going to look like a big dumbass. Yeah, dude, it's literally any other team I'd pick a split, but it's like, I don't know. Steelers got magic. They have magic in this series. Good luck. I feel bad for the Browns. I almost feel like they don't have a shot to win this game. But hey, it's the NFL. Any given Sunday, right? The Browns could easily shut the Steelers out. But I don't know about how good the Browns offense is going to do. Fernando, no one gives a fuck, dude. Like, you're like crying about something and no one cares, Fernando. No offense. Like, no one's talking about you. No one's giving a fuck. Change your picks all you want up until Sunday at like noon. I genuinely don't give a fuck. If you've switched one pick this year, you've already switched 100% more than I have. So I don't really care. Switch all you want. Don't make your picks till Sunday. Then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why that matters to me. It's like, switch your pick then, dude. I don't give a fuck. Dude's taking jokes way too literal. He's like, yeah, but you said you're hard locking it. It's like, yeah, that's called a joke, dumbass. I don't think moving off Baker bad. No, the Baker relationship had to end with the Browns. That had to go. No, Higgins is out. No, the Browns and Baker had to come to an amicable end. That relationship was doomed from the start because of fucking that goofy ass what was his name? It was doomed from the start. They fucked all of that up with that first coach. That really goofy ceremony to tell Baker he won the backup job or whatever the fuck that was. Or Baker lost the backup job. I don't remember what that was. But like it was Hugh Jackson, that's who. Fucking joke of a coach. Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson ruined him, and that immediately that situation was bad. They should have traded him immediately after they did that goofy thing on that goofy show where they're like, all right, Baker, you are the third string quarterback. Congratulations, buddy. And it was like, what the fuck is this? And like 2 weeks later, Baker was the starter. It was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. What's up, Jehu? I lost all my respect for the Browns and Hugh Jackson, and I was like, well, that's never going to work now. The Browns just screwed all that up. And then it almost did work out, and then they just kept screwing with Baker, and ugh. Hey, we have 10 likes. I appreciate that, everybody. Pretty good looking out. We're like big stars now. Dude, Hugh Jackson, yeah. He's bad. He was a bad NFL coach. You know what's shocking? They just let him keep coaching. It was probably time to get rid of Jack Jones. I sense something real bad might happen with him soon. I hope not. I hope he stays good and stays straight up. But man, I think that's a car crash waiting to happen. My current playoff predictions: 1 Chiefs, 2 Dolphins, 3 Ravens, 4 Jags, 5 Bengals, 6 Texans, 7 Chargers. Dolphins got any good teams left? Like, do you know if the Chargers play anybody good? Or the Dolphins, rather? Cowboys and Ravens, so they'll probably lose 2 more. So 12-5. That could be good enough for the 2 seed. I think the Ravens probably take the 2 seed personally. But I get why you'd have it the other way, just because of like the Ravens have to play. I think the Ravens only have like 2 division games left. I think they play the Bengals and I think they play like one more at the end of the year, like everyone else does. Mad Dog was saying that they had the guts to fire the OC. Who's that? Jehu. Who's they? I'm sorry. I don't know who you're talking about. When you're mentioning something that's kind of unrelated, it'd be good to. I'm not really sure what the Bills. Oh, okay. Yeah, you should have said the Bills. I had no idea. No, you're good. I was like, who are we? What are we talking about? They had to fire somebody. Dude, Buffalo has to make major changes. Shit ain't working. They're not winning games. They're 5-5. Everyone's like, yeah, but their offense is more efficient. I don't give a shit. They're not winning football games. What does that mean? Yeah, but like they're prematurely fired. It's like, dude, no, that football team sucked with Ken Dorsey. I watched before and after Ken Dorsey coached the Bills, and that is a bad football team now, a bad offense. Don't care about the stupid efficiency numbers they put up against bad defenses. No, they're bad. They're bad. Like that's a bad offense. Ken Dorsey's bad. He needed to be fired. Don't fall for like weird advanced analytics that tell you the Bills have like the best offense. It was stupid. It was fucking. It's like I hate shit like that. It's like ugh. Who cares? They're turning the ball over all the time, and their offense has no fucking vibe to it. Get a new offensive coordinator immediately on that football team. Yeah, I'm glad they. Oh, the Patriots? Yeah, the Patriots, you know, there's no reason to fire anybody. Just take care of it all after the season. Bills had to get rid of Dorsey. Just think of all the Bills games 2 years ago, and then think of the Bills games the last 2 years. It's 2 different offenses, and it's not very good. Yeah, they score sometimes. Yeah, they'll do that. Josh Allen's almost too good of a quarterback not to just score, but Ken Dorsey's got to go. No, I don't even think Stroud will get MVP votes. You have to consider he is a rookie, and if he has one bad game, he will get 0 MVP votes. His first 2 interception game, that's the end of that. Honestly, him losing to the Panthers, to me, is enough to disqualify him as MVP. That's in my head. I'm like, MVPs don't lose to a 0-win football team. Next. Also play his worst game against that team too. So next. No. That would be that's the start and end of the discussion. How did he do against Carolina? Oh, he played like dog shit and he lost? Okay. Let's move on. Like he threw for a lot of yards. Cool, empty yards, and he didn't score touchdowns against like the worst team in the league. Even the Bears were doing okay against them. Mahomes, Hurts, Jackson, Goff, one of those 4. I think this is going to be one of the tightest votes for MVP in a very long time, unless somebody just like storms ahead and takes it. I mean, I guess, hey, maybe if Stroud goes 13-4, throws for like 40 touchdowns the rest of the way through, keeps his interception totals low, throws for 5,000 yards, yeah, then you can win MVP. I'm not even kidding, by the way. It has to be something like that for a rookie to win MVP. I've thought about this a little bit. I'm like, I guess there could be a scenario. You know, a 45, 50 touchdown passes, 5,000 yards. Yeah, that's probably what he'd have to do, to be honest. Make the playoffs as like a top 3 or 4 seed. Yeah, he's having a good year. I'm not trying to take anything away from the guy or even be negative towards CJ Stroud. It's just some of it's like the MVP stuff is a little crazy. It's like, oh, we're gonna say he should win an award no rookie's ever won because he's playing pretty good. Okay. Cool. You know why you do conservative play calling? Because your offense isn't ready to do the other way. Not at that point. Oh, he's won Rookie of the Year. It's not even going to be a race. It's unanimous. Yeah, I'm again, I'm not taking anything away from him. It's just, it's insanity to think a rookie's going to win MVP. It takes one bad game and they'll just not vote for him. I'm telling you, they're going to look at that fucking Carolina game and go, we're done. That's the end of that. Again, if he gets any votes, it's going to be from sports writers in Texas who have votes. Could he win MVP eventually? Oh, hell yeah. He'll probably win that award if he can keep it up. No, he's played fine. And again, I don't think he gets any more tallies to his MVP totals because of last week's game, when the only reason he had to do a game-winning drive in the first place was because he threw a really bad late pick in that game, his second of the season, which allowed the Bengals to tie it. He's also very lucky that the Bengals offense froze up at the end of the game there and only settled for that field goal instead of taking a touchdown, because I don't think Stroud and them would have had enough time to get close enough to score a touchdown instead of kicking the field goal. You know, you see how that works? You play bad against a bad team in the pick. I'm not even. He literally, yeah, he played bad. Yeah, you shouldn't lose to a bad team like Carolina. Do you think Lamar, Mahomes, Goff, Hurts are gonna lose to the Panthers if they play them? No, they're gonna fucking beat them up all by themselves. Jared Goff lost to the Seahawks, and fucking who else did the Lions lose to this year? Somebody good. The Lions only have like good losses. The Ravens, yeah. Like, what do you mean? I can't say that about by every team. Goff's literally, I don't even know if Goff played bad against the top two defenses in the NFL. No, I can't. The Chiefs lost to the Lions and to Denver, which is a division game. Shit happens. Denver is like a game away from 500 and hasn't lost since Caleb Williams played bad against Notre Dame. Jalen Hurts has played bad all year, whatever. I don't really think he should win MVP. And I hate defending Mahomes, but he literally has one guy to throw the football to in Kelsey. Everybody else sucks. So his bad play, I'll even excuse it a little bit. Plus, he had the flu against Denver. Probably shouldn't have played in that fucking game. That was probably a bad idea on his part. He's probably the reason they lost. He's out here seeing double, thinking everyone's out to get him because he's delirious with flu. I should have sat that shit out. Again, I just don't know what exactly we're saying deserves this kid MVP other than he's got good stats. It's like, yeah, that's not really what the award is, though. I've seen better quarterbacks, or quarterbacks have better passing touchdowns and yards than Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers won the MVP. Do you get what I'm saying here? A lot of you guys are saying, "No, you're good, Fernando. Have a good night, man." Take it easy, boss. It's not like a stat award. That's literally not what the award is. It's like supposed to be a lot more than that. And Stroud, to me, it's like, yeah, a lot of his big moments come from like weird mess ups of himself. And it's like, I can't really call that like my MVP just because, just because he leads the league in yards or like he has a lot of yards and touchdowns. It's like, that's not what the MVP is. If that was the case, why didn't Stafford win MVP a couple years ago when he had like 47 touchdowns? Well, you had 17 picks. Yeah, but it's just like a couple things. Okay, why like the more impressive thing is the fact that he's got 2 picks. Like people don't, they bring that up, but they like seem to like they don't really emphasize it enough when they talk. But it's like, yeah, that's more impressive. That's more like the MVP kind of shit you like to see. But again, that's more like there's 2 sides to a rookie-led offense, and I don't know what the story. We'll see. Again, we'll see. I appreciate it, Fernando. It's just There's so many factors with rookies. There's the element of the unknown that teams aren't really sure how to deal with it. Now that there's a big book on Stroud, a good enough book, we'll see how things start to adjust, right? I do think those are big factors in football. Again, a lot of newness, a lot of youngness on that team, a lot of trying to figure out who and what they are from defenses looking at them. Again, Stroud's good, but I just don't think he's an MVP as a rookie. I don't know. I just think the other teams are a little more impressive. I think Goff is more of an MVP than, like, what argument can you make against Jared Goff winning MVP that wouldn't pretty much also eliminate your boy? What? Because Jared Goff has one good receiver in Amon-Ra St. Brown and a bunch of other really mid receivers and kind of sometimes Jameson Williams. I mean, his second best receiver right now is Khalif Raymond. He's one of the league leaders in passing, and he's got a 7-2 record. Why isn't Goff ahead of him to you? Arguably, the Texans got a better defense than the Lions. That's arguable. Well, actually, Lions have a top run defense, but you know, not too far apart. Lions and Texans defense. So, like, what exactly is? Because, like, I don't see the same people saying like, like this kid should win Rookie of the Year, but like I don't see them same people going, yeah, but it's gonna be tough for him to beat Jared Goff, who's doing better. Like what? Like what's the argument against Goff? What? Because he's got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Not really an argument. Like what's the argument against you know? And we know how the NFL voters, dude, they're going to treat it with bias. They're going to give it to the veteran. So, I mean, it's just like, what reason would Goff not win it, but Stroud should? That's all. If you can answer that question, I think you have a better shot at your guy winning MVP. But it's like, well, he took over a bad team. Yeah, so did Jared Goff. And has them in playoff contention. Yep. Okay, but the coaching, D'Amico Ryans, one of the hottest candidates for a head coach in recent memory. Probably the crown jewel of the coaches last offseason. Probably smarter football man than Dan Campbell. No offense to Dan Campbell or anything. But, you know, I don't know. There's just a few things that I just don't know why we'd pick him over Mahomes either. Mahomes lost to the Broncos. Like, yeah, that guy's lost 4 games and may not make the playoffs. What's up, Jacob? I see them playing a lot of low-scoring games. I don't know if those allegations are true, but they have given up some points. I have noticed. But it's like if you're talking about like the Bengals, I don't really know if that's a fair assessment of your defense. Bengals feel like one of them teams where it's like, yeah, you could maybe use them as like a measuring stick for your defense, but it's probably not a good idea. You're gonna see your Steelers win in person. Oh, you get to go Steelers Browns. That's always a fun game for a fan for a rivalry. Could be a good time. Bang 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 bang. But yeah, now we've seen the evolution of the Patriots lie. It's been funny to watch. We'll see what new elements they add to this story. Because again, remember a week ago, Bill was supposed to get fired for losing to the Colts. Remember this. This is the thing. And then immediately after that, since they didn't fire him, now it's Bill has a whole new destination picked out, and he's going to be the Chargers coach next year. It's like, boy, that did you guys just run with like the narrative that he got fired after Germany, and like did you short circuit and forget he didn't get fired? Bill, just let Matt go. I don't think it's an either or. We just keep them both. Mac's under contract. Fuck yeah, we'll just keep both. But if we had to choose, yeah, just keep Bill. Just fucking get rid of Mac Jones and rebuild. Not that hard. We're about to have a top fucking 2 pick, and like that means we're picking second, potentially third, and that means we're also picking like 34th, 33rd, 35th. So I don't know. I'm pretty cool with everything going on in New England. We're about to have some crazy additions to this team, I think. You know what's crazy? Never in my wildest dreams did I think we'd be in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. Now that my team's in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes, you know how cool that is? I didn't think that was going to ever be a real thing in my life. I never thought I would get to enjoy the even the thought of having Caleb Williams. Now it's like, damn, we're we're in the best spot to get him almost. Yeah, we'll just get rid of Mac. I don't give a fuck about that guy like that. We'll take a real quarterback. Are you kidding? Oh, dude, I'll take Caleb every day of the week. No offense to Mac or anything. I like the guy, but like, I can't find a single fault in Caleb's game except that he fumbles the ball, and I genuinely believe he just don't give a fuck anymore. And that's something you can fix in the NFL. That's whatever. He's basically like a tall version of Kyler Murray. I'll take that every day of the week. He's what the NFL is turning into, so that's kind of what you want. Seems to have a big, durable, stable body. Immediately makes the place Patriots people want to come play for. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked that we're in that conversation, but I'm not getting myself excited. We ain't getting that fucking guy. Ain't no sense in getting myself pumped up for something that ain't gonna happen. Something weird will happen, and we'll take fucking Drake May, and I'll be sad. Be a fucking lame ass Drake May. Mac Jones to Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, that's pretty weird. Why? It's like you guys know he's not good, right? Like you other Packers, like not you, Ven, but I'm like, it's like talking to your other fans. It's like you guys know he's not good, right? Like you guys know this, correct? Like, and you want to keep Jordan Love, and you want to be a top 5 pick. What? No, if you guys are a top 5 pick, it's because you need to get rid of Jordan Love, like I said in the preseason. I was 100% right about this guy. It's like, really? Okay, you guys can have your dog shit Jordan Love. I don't know what you're seeing there. Jordan is the truth. No, he's not. It's a damn lie. He's not good. I told all the Green Bay fans that I could talk to before the season, I said, listen. I told them Green Bay fans that didn't want to listen. I was like, listen, he sucks. There ain't nothing good about Jordan Love, and I was right. He's not. It's like, dude, you can't come off the bench after like 4 years and just stink. It's like, bro, what, were you just not paying attention to the game at all? I don't hate him. It's just he's clearly not an NFL starter. That's all. Just doesn't seem to have it. Again, when I'm being like this about court, I don't mean they stink or they're bad or like they're terrible people or anything. It's like, no, it's just he's just not a starter. That's all. Shouldn't have been starting in the first place. I guess you want to see what you get, but like it was pretty obvious from the get-go, and like throughout the fact that he doesn't score for half the game, it's like, all right, well, he's probably not the guy. It's like with me with Mac, it's like, oh, he's not the guy. After I seen that throw, I was completely out. I'm like, well, he's abandoned his mechanics. Mac will be a backup soon because of that. Unless Mac suddenly fixes all of it and never does that again, he's finished. That's what you call fucking someone who's become gun shy. Fucking fadeaway throws. It's like, Mac, who do you think you are? What are you doing? If you'd have stepped into that throw, you have a game-winning touchdown on your hands. And everybody's really cool on Mac Jones again. Isn't that about a bitch? If Mac completes that throw, he throws that a little higher and a little harder, and that goes in. Everybody's super stoked on Mac Jones right now. But no, he fucking tried to hit the fadeaway J, and look where he is now. He's fucking on the teetering on the brink of not being a starter anymore. It's like, man, if he doesn't play good this next week in practice, and then, ooh boy. Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. No, he probably had to go. I've heard hilarious stories about Draymond Green living in Michigan my whole life. Like, he barks at people and shit. Dude, Draymond's always gotten away with shit, dude. He, like, tells refs to fuck off, and, like, there's, like, legends about Draymond Green in Michigan about his fucking basketball days. Barking at people, getting in the refs' faces, and the refs being like, oh, there's not much we can do about it. There's just... I don't know why. I think everyone just kind of accepts it because it's like he's a phenomenal person off the court, but it's like the second he starts playing basketball, oh boy, he turns into a different guy. Some mean crackhead version of him comes out when he plays basketball, and it's fucking yeesh. He remembers every single lesson he learned playing in the streets of Saginaw. He's like, all right, fucking kill him. And then he just goes to work. We'll probably go live for another 5. Cool hour-and-a-half stream. Less than 1 month to go till the shadow ban ends, and maybe we actually start getting new people in the streams again. Who knows? And my streams will actually be seen by my subscribers too. Yeah, I mean, we talked about the Watson stuff and yada yada. Well, welcome back, Kenny. And some mocks recently for the teams overall. Yeah, I think you shared one of the mocks. I'm not mistaken. I want to lose. I want Caleb or Marvin. Nice, Kenny. Very original. I think you guys are still a spot where if you start winning, it's not the end of the world because you could make the playoffs. I heard about Jaden Daniels. He's the LSU quarterback, right? He's been moving up people's boards real quick. I wonder if he's one of those, he's like the fool's gold situation. Marvin Jones? Oh, yeah. Or Marvin Harrison? Yeah. He's going to be very, very good. Damn, Tommy DeVito starting. Uh-oh. No. Jane Daniels, he might go in the first. Maybe. Like, no one, y'all let him slip to it. Yeah, I doubt it, dude. I think he's going to wind up being the first pick of the draft. He's the best player in the draft. I don't even think it's particularly close. Like he's one of them weird players where it's like his floor is like Pro Bowl receiver. Like what's his ceiling? Like the greatest of all time, potentially. The floor, AJ Brown. Like that's like literally his comps. It's like AJ Brown and like Randy Moss, Marvin, like his dad. One of the greatest. Like he's somewhere in between there. Like so. Damn, that's crazy. If he turns out to be a tremendous bust, that shit would be so funny. It's just like, damn, dude. We were all rooting for you, Marv. What the hell happened? Somehow we lose to Giants and Mac is likely over. Unless we're losing on purpose. Mac's trying to win games and shit, and Bill's getting pissed. And Bailey's willing to tank. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Marvin Harrison's probably one of the best pure receiving prospects we've seen in the NFL since like fucking Calvin Johnson or Julio Jones. Yeah, it's much watch football, dude. I can't wait to stream that game. But yeah, Marvin Harrison's probably he's probably the best since Megatron and Julio. After them, it's like, you know, in terms of like guys coming into the NFL that are like surefire things, it's like those two guys everybody knew was about to be all-time greats, and they pretty much were. Julio's injuries and end of career is a little weird though. But Marvin's, yeah, there's very little shot he's bad. Yep, it's pretty much that. Pretty much event. Cardinals might, Bears maybe. We'll see. It's just funny to see. All right, though, guys. I think that's about it for me. There's not really too much else to stream about tonight. We kind of covered most of everything. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, Calvin was going to be like, barring injury, Calvin was going to the Hall of Fame. I think he was unanimously voted in, wasn't he? This last year. Fields is back this week. Unless something crazy happens, he's playing versus the Lions. Or at least that's what they said today. And that's what I had heard last week, was that barring a crazy setback, he's playing. Hell yeah, Kenny, it's coming. You're going to be an old man. But yeah, I could see the Bears winning. I don't think they'll be able to beat Detroit. The Falcons, man. They're like just built-in losers that choke a lot. Steelers probably won't wind up making it. I just have a feeling something weird will happen. But that's a little too obvious. I can see the Bills not making it. Well, I think the Jags win their division. I think Houston collapses pretty quick here. I guess Houston, Bills, and the Steelers. I think those three teams might not make the playoffs this year. But despite like being around the picture and in the picture, and they're just signs of collapse. Bengals you could put in there too. They're signs of collapse. Browns, I don't think so. Browns defense is too good. And I think Nick Chubb is hinting that he's going to be back like really quick here, like in like a couple weeks type back. He posted a picture on Instagram or his Twitter of him holding, or it's I think Something from the Dark Knight. Somebody's holding a Batman mask. It's from the third Batman, like Dark Knight trilogy movie. And it's it's an indication that somebody recovered. It's like the symbolism is basically he's recovered way faster than he should have, and he's pretty much ready to come back. So we'll see how much longer Nick Chubb's even out. He could be back in the coming weeks. Again, his injury wasn't season ending. Oh, we all thought it was at first. If I'm not mistaken, right? It wasn't a season-ending injury. They never really said what the hell happened to Nick Chubb. They're just like, he hurt his knee pretty bad. He needed 2 surgeries. Well, what was it? We're not fucking telling you anybody. And they just kind of moved on from it. Like, well, did he tear any? Nope. He just damaged his MCL. That's all we're telling anybody. Like, just the MCL? Just the MCL. And a little damage to the ACL. Just a little bit. Still crazy that that's all that happened, dude. He, like, kind of fucked his ACL up, and he had to get MCL surgery. So it's like, how? That shit bent the wrong way. Again. You know the US government's gonna study what his fucking joints are made out of. Hey man, we need to talk. Why? The fuck is your knee made out of? That ACL should be fucking paper right now, man. What the? Should be confetti right now. We should be able to take a blowhorn in there and go, and the fucking bunch of just knee ligaments come flying out. His literally made up of fucking steel or something. What are the Jets doing? Oh boy, dude. Oh boy, yeah. The Jets are, dude. They gotta fire Salah. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Again, I think keeping Zach Wilson as the quarterback this year is fireable. They should have had Carson Wentz on this roster the day after Rodgers got hurt. Inexcusable to just not bring in Carson. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. No one's left. Thank you guys for watching the game. Tuning in everything to stream. We'll be live tomorrow, of course. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys leave a like if you haven't on your way out. Yada, yada, yada. And all right, peace out. Good night. Go Lions, go Tigers. And of course, it's always go Patriots. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bengals versus Ravens. Woo. Peace. Good night. Thanks for tuning in.